Just because I poke fun at the stories I read and or fan art featured in my videos doesn't mean that anyone should harass the creators of anything featured in this show. Cyberbullying is a serious issue that damages people emotionally and psychologically, sometimes to the point of self-harm and or suicide. Please keep any and all criticism constructive and reasonable for all parties involved. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Gothcat, and after finding out I've been using the built-in microphone on my computer instead of the headset I wanted to use, I had to play around with audio jacks, microphone settings, and whatnot, so hopefully I sound better now than I did in the previous episodes. And anyway, this is episode 4 of the Crappypasta show, the show where I read really bad attempts at creepypastas. And today's story, I read Am I Perfect Now? But before I begin, I just want to let you guys know that I'm only poking fun at how cliched this story is rather than the issues that it addresses. Things like bullying and body image are really serious issues that need to be addressed not only with girls like in this story, but with everyone else as well. Boys, girls, intersex, genderqueer, whatever. It's just that the story addresses them really poorly. So just to make that clear for you guys, and without further ado, let's begin and cue the motherfucking intro. Kill yourself, you ugly bitch, she snarls. I keep my eyes glued to the floor as her insults push me further and further to the edge of sanity. What, too scared to defend yourself? She laughs. There is suddenly a strong stinging sensation of my left cheek and my eyes begin to water. What the fuck? She just slapped me. I can't quite explain what happens next. There is a strong tugging feeling near my rib cage, like something trying to break free. It's like I'm not even in control of myself anymore. I begin giggling like a madman. You just made a huge mistake, I whisper, still staring at my feet. What's your fat ass going to do about it? She cackles like witch and struts away with her gang of human Barbies. My smile grows wider until it's almost painful. I take a glance at her sashaying away from me, her platinum blonde hair swinging from side to side. You just made a huge mistake, I whisper psychotically. I hurry home to evaluate my plan. I could catch her while walking home from school. Nah, she always has her little clones trailing behind her wherever she goes. Or maybe I could set a trap baited with Ugg boots in Starbucks. I laugh bitterly at my own joke. I've got it. I'll do the classic. Sneak into her house and kidnap her while she is sleeping. The sides of my mouth twitch into a demonic grin. This is going to be fun. I sneak up to the gates of her colossal mansion. After following her home for a few days, I managed to learn that her room is the third room on the left of the second story. I secure my baseball bat I brought for knocking her out in my belt and creep up an enormous oak tree that stands conveniently near her window. I slither through her open window and walk up to her sleeping form. I raise the bat above my head, but before I bring it down on her head, her eyes snap open and her mouth widens in the beginning of a terrified scream. I quickly bring the bat down upon her skull and she goes limp. I drag her unconscious body out of the window and down the tree. I see her begin to stir. She slowly opens her eyes and scans the dimly lit room frantically. She tries to move, but I had strapped her to an old electric chair, used for executing high-security prisoners, so her hands, feet, torso, and hair are secured down by leather straps. She then begins screaming and thrashing around. "Help! Someone help!" But it's no use. We are miles from civilization in an old abandoned prison. I slowly slip out of the shadows into the faint light with an evil smirk plastered on my face. Her body relaxes and she sighs with relief. "Thank God! Let me get out of here!" My smirk grows wider as I slowly drag my feet towards her. "Now why would I do that?" I ask with a menacing tone. Her face twists with confusion. "We're just getting to the fun part," I say. My smirk forms more into an evil scowl. "But I don't understand," she stammers. I reach into my pocket and pull out a small dagger. Her face morphs from an expression of confusion to complete terror. "What are you doing?" she questions, her voice trembling. "Ugly," I whisper as I draw the dagger up to her chin. "Freak," I whisper, slightly louder than before. I press the knife into her flesh and slowly drag it around the outline of her face. She whimpers like a lost puppy. "Fat ass," I practically yell. I then slowly start peeling away the perfect skin from her perfect face, starting with her forehead. I'm sorry, yeah, I was ever mean to you, please," she wails, tears streaming down her face. But I'm too far gone. I know I have already lost my mind. She has broken me. After years of torture, I finally get revenge. Once I succeed in peeling all of her perfect skin off, leaving her eyelids, she is completely motionless. Her face nothing but exposed tissue coated in a thick red liquid. She's not dead, but she is going to be. I'll wait for her to gain consciousness. As soon as she opens her perfect blue eyes, she screams in pure agony. Her screams are silenced by my knife slowly sliding into her skull. After dumping her mutilated body in the river, I calmly walk home. I open the door to my ratty apartment and lumber to my freezer, where I open the door and pull her decomposing face from my back. I place it in the freezer and wait a few days. When I go back, it is completely frozen and preserved. I take it out of the freezer and walk to my bedroom. I pull out some super glue from my wooden dresser and spread it over the back of the skin. I then place the other human's face over my own and sauntered to the mirror near my door. I gave upon myself and psychotically smile. Now I ask you, am I perfect now? No, miss, you are definitely far from perfect. You're just... I'll admit, the story is decently written with only a few spelling errors and whatnot. Maybe a few grammatical errors. It's just... Your story is way too fucking cliche to be taken seriously. Like I said before, bullying and body image are serious issues. It's just, like I said, the story addresses them really, really poorly. And that's my show for today. Thank you and goodbye. Next time I read Aiden the Transformation. Now thank you and goodbye.